Greetings, everyone. Welcome to this Wednesday noontime live. I'm coming to you a little bit late today. My apologies. I hope I didn't keep anyone waiting. I had a privacy breach on Facebook and I had to change my passwords, and so re-logging in everywhere was taking me some extra time. So my apologies for coming to you a bit late today. I like to try to get in here at about noon Eastern on Wednesdays. Welcome. I'm Angela Bixby, founder of Energy Intuit. That's my company. I'm a psychic medium, energy healer, consciousness mentor, intuitive channel. I've been doing this work as a second career since 2011. So I've been doing it for the last 12 years. It's my passion. It's what I'll be doing for the rest of my life. I'm very, very passionate about teaching people to connect to their intuition. I'm the creatrix of the Conscious Psychic Program, which is a year-long hybrid coaching program that's heavy on experiential. I run 6 development circles a week, so it gives you lots and lots of places and room to practice your skills and grow them quickly and gain confidence and allay any doubts through the process. So welcome. I like to come here weekly and share some kind of a teaching or information that benefits people that are in this group that are developing and evolving psychics, that are evolving spiritual beings. So today I really just wanted to take a moment and talk a little bit about a bit of a reminder about psychic reads and psychic information. People will do best with them when they treat them as data sources, as sort of other sources of data or information. We can really easily give our power away in the putting too much weight onto psychic messages. So consider, if you will, if you're going through something and you go to a friend or maybe a few friends for advice, or maybe you talk to a friend and a relative and your therapist or what have you, you're kind of gathering data. Getting a psychic read on a situation is similar. It's going to give you more data and more information that might not be seen otherwise. It might not be as straightforward as when you're talking to people getting advice from them. It might be kind of a bigger view or a different view, essentially. And so you want to treat it as such. The more that we can treat it as data, as opposed to guidance that must be followed or something like that, the better relationship we'll have with our psychic skills and psychic information and kind of how we navigate all of these psychic realms. Psychic realms are real. The unseen realms are real. We all know we live at a time in history where that's not been historically, in the Western culture, in the US especially, has not been valued. And that's been changing a lot in the last decade, especially in the last 5 or so years, and certainly in the last 3 or so years. And a lot more people are dealing with spiritual awakening. It's in the zeitgeist. People are talking, they throw around the word channeling. Oh, I must have been channeling so-and-so, haha, right? So a lot of the terminology about channeling and psychic messages and spirit guidance and all of that have become more part of the zeitgeist and more part of the mainstream. So they're definitely emerging. But I just wanted to come in and give this reminder to, just as you wouldn't give too much weight to any one person's advice, ultimately you want to go with what feels right for you internally and what decision you want to make with the information you have at hand when you, excuse me, are in a situation where you would seek out psychic guidance. You want to leave that gravity of weight similar to when you're reading for yourself or reading for someone else. The other thing is if you predominantly see, so if your messages come through visually, clairvoyantly, predominantly, if you're not hearing or feeling or getting some of the knowing that can also come in as part of our psychic process as we evolve our skills and we end up receiving messages that are a combination or constellation of all of our psychic skills. If you're predominantly seeing, that can feel, excuse me, you guys, I had a coughing fit right before I got on, so I'm still clearing my throat. When you see, it can be the most metaphoric of the psychic skills. And so if you're seeing messages, remember that stuff comes straight out of your subconscious mind, and it can be more metaphor, so it can feel a little bit trickier. And so especially in those cases, if spirit shows you an image of, say, you walking down a cobblestone path and the path is being laid for you, it doesn't mean that you can go stand outside and the universe is going to just start laying a path for you. And I know that's a little bit almost obnoxious, right? Overstating the obvious. But people can really get caught up in that, especially if you know yourself to be kind of a concrete or literal thinker. So knowing your baseline is important as you're gaining and gleaning psychic messages. for yourself or from others for yourself. So knowing your baseline, knowing who you are and whether you're literal and take things literally or you're a very concrete thinker, that'll help, because then you'll know even further that if you get a visual message, it might be a little bit harder for you to tease out. Remember to not give too much credence to psychic messages. So you don't want to put all of your weight on this message of, seeing yourself standing outside and the universe is sprinkling down all of the stuff that's making a path in front of you, right? The message, I might say, is that things are working out. The more you take a step forward and make choices, the path will continue to unfold. Sometimes people think, well, maybe I'll just show up and stand there and it'll unfold for me, but it's not really that simple or that easy. We are meant to, and Spirit offers us messages along the lines of keeping us engaged in life and engaged in our life and our process. So be careful, and I'll say this again, one last time here, be careful of attributing too much power to messages when the empowerment is meant to be left within you. You're meant to call the information, call the message, make decisions about what feels right for you in terms of how to move forward. So you don't ever want to, if you go to a psychic and they say, oh my gosh, I think you're going to win the lottery, you should go play these, here are 3 out of 4 numbers, and none of them are really 4 numbers anyway, but, go play these and go do it at this time. And, if you were to be like, oh my God, okay, I'll go to that, 7-Eleven 12 miles away and play these exact numbers on this date at this time, that's really just kind of, it's very rare that something like that's going to come through so specifically and that's going to spell out success. It's probably going to be more of a menacing spirit that's giving you a message and kind of running you around. So it's important to retain agency. It's important to retain groundedness. It's important to retain empowerment within you as you're receiving messages, calling messages, gleaning messages from your own process, from other people, etc. So the best advice I have for you today is to treat psychic messages as another set of data points, another set of information with which you can make your decisions in life about. We're all meant to be fully embodied in our spirits and our human bodies and living our life in ways that support us. And so remember to retain that agency and that groundedness, and don't allow messages to contribute to you feeling like really off course, like you're doing things wrong, or like you need to run in another direction. You are powerful beings, and your inner knowing is your intuition. So rely on that in conjunction with whatever psychic messages may be coming at you from the general universe. All right. Housekeeping. This Friday night, Awakening Circle on Zoom from 6 to 9 p.m., $40. I channel for the first half. I channel big group messages. Second half, everyone in attendance receives personal individual messages, so you can bring questions and pose questions. And I and the team that's there, meaning spirit guide wise, will answer those questions for you. So if you'd like to attend, please register. There should be a link below. So it's this Friday, August 25th, from 6 to 9 p.m. on Zoom. And right after Labor Day, the doors open for enrollment for the Conscious Psychic program. So the Conscious Psychic program's enrollment will open from September 5th to September 23rd. And at that point, I'll be enrolling a number of people into the Conscious Psychic program and then closing enrollment for a number of months, possibly until January. We'll see what the numbers look like. It really depends on how many people. I've currently got 22 people in the program. So I've got about 6 to 8 spots that I'm looking to fill in September. And so it just depends on whether or not those spots fill as to whether or not I'll open up enrollment a few months later before the end of the year. All right. I'm always interested in topics that you would like to see me speak on. So feel free to DM me, text me, email me, send me a message, comment below. And I'm always curious too, how you all are experiencing your psychic skills and what's going on for you. What's going on in your psychic world for you? How are your skills developing? Feel free to share here too. It's been a joy. I'll be back next week. I'll see you then. Take care. Bye.